Hello there, and thank you so kindly for tuning in to Brown Eyes on this beautiful, amazing, wonderful day. Because remember, so as a man thinketh in his heart, then so is he. We are to think upon things that is a good report. We are to speak things that are not as though they were already. Welcome to all of my viewers who are stopping by. Thank you for my subscribers. If you're new to my channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. Please like, share, subscribe. My channel, Grow with Brown Eyes. So, y'all, it's early. It is 3:51 here where I am, a.m. Of course, our curfew started when it started, but it's raining here. And I was just in the energy. I'm used to waking up early anyway. So I just decided I would wake up, pull some energy off of for the divine masculine during this time of separation from his divine feminine and during this time of crisis, so to speak. So I hope everyone is staying encouraged and it's okay to stay informed, but don't lose yourself and all of the misinformation out here because you can get so caught up trying to find out the truth that you're constantly being misguided and it cause you to feel a negative type of way. So we don't want to feel hopeless. We want to keep our energy up so that we can receive a positive outcome. And although a lot of people may not feel that way, you have to be the magician over your life. You have to control your life. And that starts with your energy and your vibration on how you choose to see things. You need to see things as your glass being half full, never half empty. Okay. So I'm going to be pulling on the energy for the divine masculine in separation, as I said, during this time of a crisis, so to speak. You saw the title. And I just want to see them being nosed, and I'm curious because like now, a lot of people can't really move around like we really want to, because the curfews and everything, and so you're kind of forced to go with the flow, so to speak. So I think it's kind of good because you can use this time to really go inward and get a clear understanding spiritually, get closer to your spiritual source, if you will, so that you won't be just feeling hopeless because that's what the information out here will try to have you feeling hopeless and gloomy and just like you can't do anything and like there's no need to dream, but you should always dream, always. Never, ever, ever let your dream be snatched from you because you have to dream it first in order for it to physically manifest. Okay, so this is, do you see how big this is? We're gonna sage it. So yeah, y'all. All right, so thank you, universal energy of light and love. Reveal the mysteries unto us for the collective of the divine masculine during this time of separation, even in this crisis situation. I got all kind of cards out here, y'all, but I'm gonna start off with the energy oracle deck here. I haven't really gave that much attention to it lately, but I thought would be befitting for a time like this. So yeah, I went to work yesterday. What's today? Tuesday. I went to work Sunday, which is when my work day usually starts. And they was like, after the day we're closing. And I'm like, really? I'm like, well, I wasn't really surprised. It was only a matter of time. So yeah, so take this little money and chillax for two weeks for 14 days, they say, but you don't know. Hello up there. Thank you for stopping by early this morning. Have you been to bed at all last night, or are you still up? Or are you early birds? Just get up early. Because I get up early by nature. I don't even need my alarm clock to wake me up. Now I'm up. So we're fixing to pull on the divine masculine's energy here. See what the divine masculine's energy is during this time of separation, this time of crisis. People are still out doing things, though. I mean, because it's like at nighttime, I guess they want it to be like a ghost town. But make no mistake about it, during the daytime, everybody's up and out, getting it done, getting what you need done. At the bottom of the deck on this energy oracle deck, we have indecision. So it seems like the divine masculine is during this time of separation, in this time of uncertainty. He's indecisive. He's at a crossroad in his life. And it seems like he's needing to choose a path finally. He's needing to take control over his life by at least choosing a path. So we know the divine masculine is indecisive at this time, during this time of separation. And Door to Spirit too. Also, I'm not going to keep this card. I'm just going to pull it. But it seems like he's during this time of separation, during this time of monitored movement, if you will. The divine masculine, as a lot of people are having to really question things now, and they're not getting the real answers that they want externally. So they're having to really pray and meditate and talk to the source. If it's really true, I hear a lot of divine masculine saying, if you're real, then show me what is real. That's what I feel. They want to know the real now, because a lot of the divine masculines, I don't give a crap how macho they may be. A lot of them are afraid at this time because they're going through things too. So, door to spirit. So we know that he's in a meditative state. He's been praying and trying to find out some type of solutions here. Let me see real quick. Why is this indecision card here for the divine masculine? What are you indecisive about during this time of separation from your divine feminine? Seem like it's storming here. I love the rain. I guess that's the Scorpio in me. I just love it. As long as it doesn't get, where something destructive comes out of it, then I'm good anytime. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Four Cups. So the divine masculine could be indecisive about accepting the offer, perhaps, because he's bored and discontent at this time. So, so he could be indecisive since he's bored and discontent with the love that he has around him. Seem like he wants other love. So maybe that's why he's indecisive now, because he has someone else on his mind, and it has to be the divine feminine, because this is what this reading is about. It's about finding out what the divine masculine is doing. Okay, we got the Ace of Swords. So he's getting some type of clarity and truth during this time of separation, during this time of modern movement here, with the Four of Cups here. That's why he doesn't want to accept love. He could be around people sometime that's trying to offer him love, or trying to initiate some type of physical thing or some type of emotions, but he doesn't want that because he's indecisive. If he wanted it, he would already have it, and it wouldn't be an issue. But since he's trying to figure out which path to take, and there's got to be some love there, because but there's bored and discontentment there. But he has some type of clarity and truth here, or he has the clarity and truth to choose a path here. And this is what I'm seeing for the divine masculine. He knows which path during this time of separation it has caused him to come to the understanding of who he wants in his life, or which direction he wants his life to move in. And so I think I'm gonna take this door to spirit, because I want to find out about that as well. So let me clarify this door to spirit for divine masculine here. I mean, it this time that is affecting the whole world. What I am realizing is that it is a even playing, even level field, if you will. Now there are no big eyes and little U's. Now what is going on in the world is affecting everyone. It doesn't matter how big your bank account is or how small it is, it's affecting everyone. So during this time when you're forced to be still, because sometimes you get so busy with your life and things you're doing that really is not adding any type of spiritual substance to you, that you forget to look up and to go within. So during this time you're forced to do it. And I think a lot of divine masculines are finally getting it. they're trying to they're coming to the realization is during all these times of uncertainties and all of the things going on in the world, how do I want my life to be and who do I want to spend my life with? You know, that's what I feel. So let's clarify this door to spirit for divine masculine here in separation of his divine feminine, because this is what he's thinking about. And remember, we're clarifying divine masculine energy towards his divine feminine during this time of separation, during this crisis. So it's about the divine feminine too. We want to know what he's thinking about, you know. I know you got a lot of shit going on, but we still want to know how you feel about your DF. Okay, that's all I'm saying. Clarify door to spirit, please, for the divine masculine. Door to spirit. Have the sun card. We know sun is healing. It is happy. The door to spirit is what is the door to spirit. It seems to me is the way that it soothes him emotionally during this time of separation. Is spiritually he know he's connected to his divine feminine, and it seems like that is the only way he really can communicate with her now is spiritually, because if there is a spiritual connection there, and if you're divine, there is a spiritual connection there's no doubt. So, during this time of separation, during this time of things left unsaid that should have been said, uh, then the only way he feel like he can really talk freely without feeling judged or, some type of way is taking it to his creator. He prays about it. He's meditating about your divine feminine. That's what he's going within about. And he knew that he can't talk to his friends about this. They're not going to understand. His mama not going to understand. His dad, his sister, none of them people going to understand. This is a spiritual connection here, because to be honest, he really don't understand it. He's trying to understand it. That's why he has this connection. That's why he's aware that he has to meditate and pray. He's finally aware that the only way he's going to get an understanding about this passion and love that he feels towards his divine feminine is to pray. And it seems like since we got the door to spirit card, that means that here lately he's really been on that. A lot of divine masculine have really been meditating and praying. That's how they have that door to spirit. They have an open door now. The universe is hearing them now because they're trying, even if they're not physically making the changes, energetically they are. You have to know, because energy is the only movement that is always consistent, is the energy. Even if the physical is just sitting there dirtified and stuck, like we know a lot of people are, but energetically, they're always making some type of movement. That's why you have to think upon things that bring yourself a good report, because that is what's going to manifest. So it seems like the sun card, it could be dealing with some type of children, but in the setting of these cards and the spread, I feel like this is telling the divine masculine is that just stay within your secret place and it's going to be all right. You're doing the right thing. You're going to reap your rewards eventually, but you have to stay connected to the source in order for you to in order for you to be illuminated, or because we know the sun represents illumination. It raises awareness. It lightens where there was darkness in your cloud, and you're thinking it was dark. The universe, with this door to spirit, is opening you up, and it's shining on you. It's illuminating the truth for you, divine masculine. So that is awesome. So he he was indecisive, but at the same time, he got some type of clarity and truth based on his connection with his source. And so now he's been illuminated. He understands things a lot better now during this time of separation. This is what he needed. He needed this separation. He needed to be separated from um, the chaos of this world, believe it or not. Because as long as he's connected with the chaos of this world, then he's always feeling like he has to fit in some kind of way. Because we know the divine masculines are image driven. It's all about the image and keeping up with the Joneses, because most men identify with their livelihood being their finances and things. The materialistic things of this world. That is what makes the divine masculine, because that's how they were raised. And yeah, we need the finances, but what about your spirit, man? Because we're spirits having a human experience. That's what we are. So I'm going to pull now from um, the psychic tarot deck now. Can I get a thumbs up, please? Thank you. Universal energy, can you get some more energy for divine masculine in separation with his divine feminine in this time of crisis? Divine masculine, how are you feeling towards your divine feminine in this time of separation here? During this time of uncertainty, how do you feel? What are you thinking about? What is your energy towards your divine feminine? Okay, so wow. At the bottom of the deck, we have victory and success. So this is how he's feeling towards his divine feminine during this time of separation. He's feeling, when he think about the divine feminine, and you know he's thinking this positive way because he got the sun card after he had to pray and ask the creator to get a better understanding of the connection. He realized that that's what makes him happy. And he realized that his divine feminine brings him victory and success. She is a blessing. She is that empress. That's who she is. She's a good fit for him. She's a good fit for a king. You hear me? Because she is indeed a queen. So when he thinks about his divine feminine in this time of separation, even during this chaotic time, he still thinks good things about her. He thinks victory and success when he thinks about his divine feminines. Okay, divine masculine, as you should, okay? I'm just saying. Okay, and I'm gonna take this other card too because it's so befitting for a time like this. We have the number 4 card, which is rest and rejuvenate. So that's exactly what the divine masculines are doing because they have no choice. You know, it's like in a sense during this time, it's working for a lot of divine masculines because they can finally breathe. They don't have all the cares of the world on their show. I mean, they got some cares, but it's not the same cares now. Now they can actually be still. They can actually be still. They don't have to feel peer pressured into doing the things of this world, the things that only deal and cater with their flesh, because it brings them a lot of discontentment and it's agitation to the depths of their soul. It's an agitating spirit within them. So this is the only way they can get some type of rest and rejuvenation. Then of course this is exactly what they would take. Good for you. So it seems like the universe is really dealing with the divine masculine on a spiritual way now because it is the perfect time for that. So why is this victory and success? So let's clarify victory and success. This is the number 6, y'all. We got the number 6 and the number 4. 6 and 4 is 10. So clarify this victory and success or the divine masculine. Victory and success. Victory and success, we have the 3 of Cups. He wants to celebrate. He's so happy. I'm saying he's not just ordinary. He's not okay. He's not happy on his own just to be happy. He's happy when he thinks about the connection and the future that he can have with his divine feminine. That is what makes him happy. See, when he thinks about her, he thinks about celebrating. He thinks about having a good time with her, like it used to be, something that'll keep that energy and that vibration high. That's what he thinks about. He's always happy when he thinks about his divine feminine. So this is what clarifies the victory and success. He wants to celebrate with you. He wants to renew this with you, divine feminine. He's renewing something. That is his energy towards you. He wants to renew the connection between you two, and he wants to celebrate. So clarify rest and rejuvenation. Rest and rejuvenation. We got the 4 cups again. See the 4 cups wanting to come out. 4 cups. So he's rejected. He's bored and discontent though during this time of separation. He's resting and rejuvenating. So that means that he's not accepting any offers from anyone. He's not accepting any offers from anyone. He don't want to be bothered because he's bored and discontent with how his life is. So he's having to put everything on pause and to just disconnect in order to heal himself. He's healing himself, but he's healing himself for his divine feminine. But he's so filthy now, he don't want to come to her like that. So let me see. Let me get some earth magic cards right quick. He he got the same people trying to extend their cup of love. He got the same old people steady trying to be with him. You know what I'm saying? Because he's about that life. You know, a lot of divine masculines were whorish in nature. They were playboys in and out, just here to get have a good time, not wanting to build stability with the divine feminine because they're had to grow up. They were immature as a lot of things that they learned. They learned a lot of their lifestyle or their habits from the slicksters and the pimps, the hustlers that they saw as children growing up. So, and then a lot of them have abandonment issues. Like I keep stressing, a lot of people do, male and female. So, but you know, when you're a child, that is the thing that kind of sets the way for you. It's like the molding, the branding of you. It's the determining factor of your outcome. You know, so or your start anyway. It doesn't determine your outcome. That's scratched it. It determines your beginning because you're only what is instilled in you. So a lot of divine masculines didn't have that proper love. I think a lot of divine masculines didn't have that nurturing that they needed. They didn't have the nurturing from the soft, from the feminine side of life. And the masculine side was always negative images. So that's why it's hard for a lot of divine masculines to really love and to really give honest love because they don't know it. They think a good fucks up is love, okay? Okay, so let's pull some cards from the earth magic here for divine masculine in separation from his divine feminine during this crisis time, okay? Here we go, winter solstice reflection. So that's what he's doing. He's he's thinking. He's reflecting about a lot of things. He's not only just thinking about the connection with the divine feminine, the good, the bad, and the ugly, but he's thinking about his external, the people he's around, his childhood. He's reflection. He's in reflecting mode because he has nothing but time on his hands now. So he can think, he can be still and actually meditate and think about things. And it's going to pull up a lot of, it's going to open up a lot of wounds. And then we have communion. Wow. So when you look at this reflection, winter solstice, everything is at a standstill. You see how everything is, there's no movement here. There is emotion because you see all of the fluid, but everything is like everything is like a quiet and serene. It's like solitude. And that is the place and the energy that the world is on now. No one is really, the energy is not all over the place. You're being forced to be still. So during this time of isolation, because a lot of divine masculines are isolating themselves. They're reflecting. They have no choice but to reflect. Hello, thank you for tuning in to Brown Eyes. How are you this morning? Have you been to sleep yet, or did you just get up like me? At any rate, thank you for stopping by, and I really do ask that you like, share, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already did so. Welcome, and I really would like a thumbs up. Thank you so much. Even leave me a comment. You can uh, drop down in the chat and say hi to Brown Eyes at any moment, okay? So this is one of the cards. He's reflecting. He's thinking about all of the things that took place in his life. He's thinking about the people and the situations. So that is what's helping him to come up with all of the answers that he needs, especially his the things that he did that he should not have done, but it takes him back to his childhood, and he knows why he's the way that he is. And if you look at this eagle communion card, it's like he's he also got door to spirit. He got rest and rejuvenate. So the divine masculines are really on a spiritual journey at this time, especially this time. If you look at this picture, it seems like you see that it's like that big circle right here. It looks like the windows of heaven opened up and his guide has come out, or he he that's his spirit is this eagle, and he's flying away, and he's being elevated spiritually, but he had to go through something in order to get to that place where he could do that. So you see, it's like he's looking up at this eagle, but they're like, it's like they're communicating. It's communion. It's like they're communicating, but he's really communicating with himself. That is only his higher self he's communicating with. But he had to be disconnected from everything else. You see, he's alone here, and that's the best place for him to be. So a lot of divine masculines, they have no choice but to take this time to rest, rejuvenate, do a lot of soul searching, because a lot of divine masculines, when we got caved, yeah, they're isolating themselves. They isolate themselves because they have questions. They're afraid. A lot of divine masculines are afraid. I'm saying they're human. We've always been taught that men don't cry, but they're human. Goddamn. So let's clarify these cards right quick for the divine masculine here. They're thinking. They're thinking about a lot of things. They're afraid, but they still have their my divine. Okay, Mo Tarbar. Hey, thank you. Thank you for chatting with my DF. My divine feminine is not communicating with me whatsoever at this moment. I always try to reconnect with her, but she keeps closing every door today. I told her, "You're in my soul, even when you're not with me." Oh, that's so sweet. That is awesome. And I think she has someone new now. Well, I think the best way to do is to stay connected with your spiritual self, and just, and I know it's so hard not to communicate, especially when you have a spiritual connection. That's what makes you want to reach out to that person. But when you see that they're I don't know why the energy is like that. It's like when you chase someone, uh they run, but when you stop chasing, they stop. Isn't that crazy? When you chase someone, they're running. But when you stop chasing them, then they stand still because you can stop chasing. So it just seems like you're going to have to put your attention on your energy, because it hurts. It hurts when you're reaching out to someone that you have emotions for, that you love, and they're not giving you the same emotions in return. It makes you feel shittier. You hear me? And I'm not saying it for you to feel shitty. You should feel okay, because if you love this person, in times and any time, you're supposed to express your love, but at the same time, give it room to grow. Let it Give it room to get out of it. Give it room to do whatever it's gonna do. You'd be surprised. Like they say, you love something, you let it go. If it's meant to be, it'll come back. So play that game, because that's what women, we love to chase. We love for men to chase after us too, to show us that they care. But if you pull back some and just let it be for a while, you might see some different changes, and that person might come back around. But give her time to, know, because maybe you've hurt her. I don't know. If they're not communicating, something has happened. I don't know. But I'm just saying, you have to pull back sometime and look at yourself. If something happened on your end, you're gonna have to correct it first, of course. You can't just pick up where you left off. That wouldn't be fair. But if you're really sincere about having a very new beginning, then you're gonna have to wipe the slate clean, put on your big boy drawers or your big man boots on, excuse me, and just do it the right way so that you can at least hope for a better outcome. So yeah, and I'm rooting for you. Good luck with that. So let's clarify this winter solstice reflection for the divine masculine. Reflection, Hierophant. So the divine masculine is reflecting during the winter solstice time. And I tell you, some days here it's almost 70 degrees, and then it drops down to 40 and 50 degrees. So um, it could this could be just the energy of winter. It could be the energy of winter because it says winter solstice, or it could have been something that already happened because we're coming out of winter, we're going into spring. So it could be that during this time that has just passed by, the divine masculine have been in this reflection mode. But in the Hierophant in this spread represents higher learnings, spiritual understanding, and elevating yourself spiritually. Uh, so it seems like the divine masculine have really been tapping into their spiritual power. They've been getting enlightenment. They've been getting downloads. They've been, things have been made, things are being made clearer for them to understand. And I sympathize with divine masculines because of the men, they're supposed to be the head. They have such a heavier burden to deal with. We have our own thing, but just think about the men. They have to deal with this image. The image, man, the image is horrible. You're trying to fit an image that never was for you to fit. That's not the real image of the divine. That's the image of the world. And the world vibration is negative. So the divine masculine is spiritual. He's getting that higher learning. Um, Not only is he in reflection mode, he's in rest and rejuvenation mode. He's thinking about good things that bring him a good report for his divine feminine. He thinks highly of her still, but he's also reflecting. Now he could be reflecting. He could be reflecting on a commitment with his divine feminine as well, because this is also a commitment card. So he could be reflecting on his higher spiritual learning, or he could be reflecting on his commitment or whatever type of union he had with his divine feminine, because that's what this video is about. It's about the divine masculine's energy towards his divine feminine during this time of separation, even in this crisis. So we're gonna say it could be we could say it could be both. He's thinking about his commitment with his divine feminine, or he's spiritually being elevated during this time of separation, which is even better because he's in a spiritual meditating space, and that's good. So why is this ego communion here? Clarify this. It's like he's communicating with his inner man here. That's amazing. He's actually elevating himself to be able to commune with his inner man. Knight of Swords. So the Knight of Swords is this energy is wow. So it seems like this energy is kind of like a warrior's going to battle energy. And it seems like he's been in battle with himself here. He's come to the real harsh truth of who he really was in life, who he had become because of his hurt issues, because of his abandonment issues, because of not being taught properly, because of not being loved properly, because of not being given a hug, because of not being considered, because of not being reminded that you're worth it, because of not being reminded that you matter, because of not being reminded that you're awesome. Those things affect divine masculines today. So it's like this picture's him looking at himself during this time of communion. That's who he's communicating. This communion is within himself, his higher self. So this Knight of Swords is him having the harsh truth of who he really was. He was in battle within himself. He was in mental anguish within himself. Wow. But it's getting better for him. So all of these things are showing the divine masculine that he was messed up and he was blaming the wrong people in his life because of how things were. It had a lot to do with his upbringing. It has a lot to do with everybody's upbringing, because if you're not taught right, then what can you do? What can you do? I mean, you become a product of your circumstances, a victim of society, to no fault of your own. When you're a child, you're not responsible for yourself. So, to all of the divine masculines, don't be so hard on yourself from past things that you cannot go back and fix. You cannot, none of us can go back in the past and do anything but end up feeling more regretful. So, in this time, in this now moment, you can do wonders for your life today. You can actually heal yourself. And by healing yourself, you can heal your divine feminine. So, Mo, I'm going to call you Mo, Tarba, I say that heal yourself. And by healing yourself, you can heal your divine feminine. I told her before that I was in a conflict with myself, not with her, but everything was too much for her to take. She couldn't take it. No, she couldn't take it because she wanted you. So that means that she's going to have to. So it seems like if you were in conflict with yourself, then that means perhaps you took her through some changes because of your conflict. You see? So she couldn't take it because maybe it was hurtful. You know, it it's one thing to tell your divine feminine that, you know what, I got some issues I'm going through. If you can be honest with her before you take her through the changes, then yeah, I understand. But you don't get to take someone through the changes, and then when she pulls back her energy, then you want to talk about it and tell her, look, I got some stuff I'm dealing with. Take me. No, it's each other, because that's what it's about. So, I'm sorry she's pulling away, but you have to look at what you could have contributed to it. You could have contributed something to it. Just having her pull back, and you telling her you're in conflict, but did you tell her before you showed the conflict? I'm saying, if that's your divine feminine, you should be able to talk to her, discuss things with her. It could be harsh truth, and that's the hardest thing. I think a reason why a lot of divine masculines don't just come out and talk to their divine feminines, because it's harsh, it's ugly, and it may be just downright nasty and horrible. But if you really want to clean it up and heal it, you have to go there. You have to talk about the things that are uncomfortable, shameful, because that's one of the ways to keep you stuck is by your lower vibrational energy side, keeping you stuck and keep you telling you to stay ashamed, but that's a lie. You can't keep sweeping things under the rug but want the best outcome. A lot of times you don't want to hear the truth because it hurts. But if you're really sincere about their relationship and their union, you're gonna have to do it. It's boy, that's what I tell myself, and I know that's true. So masquerade, we're pulling now from the dark mirror. We're gonna tap into the dark mirror oracle cards here, because the divine masculine was made wearing these masquerades. They've been wearing these false faces. They don't. Most divine masculines are trying to figure out who the hell they are. I'm saying, man, people always try to tell you you need to be a certain age in order to get your life right, but I beg to differ. Because I'm 48 and I'm still learning shit, and there's still a whole bunch that I don't understand, but I'm willing to learn. I'm willing to search, you know? So, this masquerade, that's that fitting in that image that the divine masculines try to hold on to. So, and you see, this image, this is a masquerade, this is a false face, and you see how heavy that thing look on side his head, trying to fit in and wear this masquerade, this mask, trying to mask his emotions. So he could be, a lot of divine masculines were masking their emotions, they were hiding their emotions, because a lot of them didn't want the divine feminine to see just what they were really dealing with, because they were ashamed. And that's not fair, but I can understand you're ashamed, but not to the point where it keeps you from just really reaching out. And we have forgetting oneself, masquerade and forgetting oneself. So it's like he masqueraded, so he pretended like he was somebody. These divine masculines were faking and pretending like, I was very open with her. I didn't open up to someone like I did with her, but the drama, the conflicts, she couldn't handle it. She's a streamer who stream a lot with a very happy and positive vibrations. And I shook her world. I shook her peace. Okay, so is it that Okay, because we always associate the divine masculines as the ones who are stopping these unions. Is it that your divine feminine is stopping your union because she is in low vibration energy? Because even though you say that she loves positive vibes, it's something going on. It doesn't make sense. You shook her peace. Well, she felt threatened and she didn't want to, because it's who wants, if your vibration is low and off, it determines your outcome. The rest of your day will be governed by your energy. So I can understand her knowing the difference between positive vibrations and negative vibrations because they do affect you. And she's just standing her ground trying to make sure, she can handle it. So you was very open with her. Wow. You shook her world, all right. You shook her peace. You shook her right on away, huh? Wow. Well, I don't know. It just seemed like I don't know. I know there's two sides to every story. If that's your DF, you said that's your divine feminine. I think that maybe the tower moments have to take place in order for us to see, do we really have a solid foundation? So, if you really think that this person is your divine, then this is going to be some conflict because the universe wants it to be a pure unionship, a pure union. No baggage, no baggage that it shouldn't be baggage where you can't come together and clean with each other. And that's the hardest thing it seems to do is to come openly and lay it, bear it out, bear yourself to another person. People can't handle it, you know. People can't handle the truth. It's hard, especially if there's emotions involved. But we have to face it. Look at the things that's going on in the world. We can't run from things now. It's right here in our faces, and we have to deal with it. The universe makes sure we deal with it. So, for the divine masculine's energy here, it just seems like the universe is showing us digging a little bit deeper on what the divine masculine has been dealing with here during this time of separation. Yeah, he's thinking about his divine feminine. He wants to have a successful, he thinks of good things when he thinks about the divine feminine, but this is what he's been going through. Um, he's been he's been faking it so long, he forgot who the hell he was. He's forgetting, he says, forgetting oneself and masquerade. He's been faking this image who he thought he should be, who he felt he needed to be just to hang, just to get along, just to receive benefits, just to be considered the man. He got lost. He got lost in all of the sauce of this wicked world. He got lost, y'all. He forgot himself. So, it's like he forgot. A lot of divine masculines have got, forgot themselves in the matrix of the world because that's all that's out here in this world is alluring spirits and people who are so ready to throw their life away with their lust. And a lot of these divine masculines can't handle it because they're they're physical. You know, It's like when a man get an erection, you see it, you can't hide it. But when a woman is, aroused, she can at least hide it. So I'm saying that to say the divine masculines have a lot to deal with. And especially if you got loose women, because you got a lot of loose women, low vibrational women who need love, need to heal in their life. They're just looking for a good time. They're ready to just have loose commitments, and create unnecessary soul ties, to create devil energy because that's when the devil pops up because you're creating unnecessary soul ties instead of sitting to yourself and meditating and getting to that spiritual place. So let's clarify these cards real quick. Masquerade and forgetting oneself. So divine masculine had forgot himself. He didn't know who the hell he was. He was too busy faking the funk and acting like he was somebody. So we got at the bottom of the deck, we got strength. So strength is, strength. We always say strength is curbing the beast, or and that's pretty much what it is, or needing strength or courage. But I think this is more like, because if when you look at the strength card, you see this is a woman next to a freaking lion. Now she doesn't have a weapon in her hand. Her weapon of choice is just good old fashioned love. You see that? She tamed the beast with love instead of fighting and bickering. So it's like the strength that the divine masculine needed was just to tame his dark side, and to tame his dark side so that he can love himself. Because a lot of divine masculines are not happy with themselves, they're ashamed. So instead of hating himself and beating up on himself, he's deciding to love himself, accept himself, and heal himself. Because just because you done made some mistakes, and just because you ain't did what everybody else have done, does not mean you don't deserve a chance at love too. And we also have the Six of Cups. The bond I felt with her, the amount of emotions and passions overwhelmed me, and I ended up overwhelming her. And we are distant. She got, what is your zodiac sign? She got tired. She felt everything was too much and went to a safer choice. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Mo. I'm sorry. Oh, wow. Isn't that amazing? It's just like people don't understand that love. Isn't that something? When you are such a loving person and you try to show people love, they think that that's abnormal. It's not. It's just that you're not them. So don't look at it as if you have a problem. And I can't even say that your divine feminine, chose a safer place, a safer choice. Is there a such thing? Because you know what would happen? Moon Taurus and Sun Cancer, Venus Leo. Okay, okay. So when you got the Taurus, Taurus is traditional. It's all about stability within the home. When you got the Cancer, you got all of your emotions involved because that's water. So you got earth, water, and fire. And then Leo, you're passionate about your emotions. So no, she couldn't handle that. Of course, she couldn't handle that. But then at the same time, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with who you are and how you love. You just gonna have to learn how to, and since that we're all living in a cycle to learn, because we're all spirits just having a human experience. What probably will happen to your divine feminine is that since you say she decided to take a safer choice, she's gonna run into someone who's gonna be totally opposite than you. See, you was trying to give her love and shower her with love. Now she's gonna find someone who she's gonna have to initiate emotions, because she's not gonna get emotions from them. See, that's how it works. I'm telling you, that is how it works, because it's a lesson in everything. So since she turned down emotions in all of that, because there was nothing wrong with that, then she's gonna have to find someone who makes her chase them. Then it's like women like, it's like the world likes someone to chase them. No one wants. It's like when you're finally handed something meaningful and real, then you question it and you sabotage it. So it's too much for her, because did you ever consider, Mo, that maybe she is just a karmic? Because she could just be a karmic. She could be some type of soulmate that was sent in your life to teach you a lesson, and you teach her a lesson too. Because, like you said, you totally shook her world. A lot of things changed. Because she met you, and because of your passion and your emotions towards her, and the way that you are. So she's gonna run to someone that's not gonna have that energy that you have, and she's gonna wish she did have it. She's gonna wish that person that she chasing have the same energy that you have, but they're not gonna have it. And what is gonna happen, because this is how it works, she's gonna become you. Everything you doing to her, she gonna be chasing the wrong person, and she gonna be doing them the same way you doing. She gonna be chasing them trying to love them and give them all her emotions, but they're gonna do her like she did you. Ain't that crazy? But that's just how it works. So clarify forgetting oneself. We know that the masquerade here clarified with too many cards. The strength, that means loving yourself, choosing to not hate yourself, but instead choosing to love yourself back to health instead of beat yourself up back to health. You hear me? So clarify forgetting oneself. As I got so many my past relationships, it just happens that right justice, that justice card wanted to come out. So forgetting oneself could be karmic. You know what I'm saying? It could be just as it could be because that's what the divine masculine soul. So this is what he's reaping is justice. So it could be that because the divine, see, just like I told you, Mo, you know, whatever you she did to you, she's gonna chase after that safer choice, and they're gonna do it to her. So it's like forgetting oneself, and that's justice for the divine feminine. And she does not, the divine feminine does not have anything to do with him forgetting himself. This is something that he had going on before her. But because he was forgetting himself in order to be somebody that he wasn't, he caused a lot of unnecessary conflict in his divine feminine. So she can't say the right words. She can't hold you accountable physically, but the universe can. So the justice came in you getting lost in your dark side. You're forgetting who you really are because you never really knew. You were so busy wearing a mask and pretending to be everyone else. You never considered who you wanted to be because you were so good at practice faking being other people. So the justice in the shows that you got karma back, and your karma was you just got sucked in and you got into a place where you lost yourself. You lost your own identity in your low vibrational actings and your low vibrational living and things. And that goes for everyone. That, you know, every choice that we make, there is a reaction and repercussions behind it. So that's why, you know, and it's not always what you do or what you say, but it's in everything on how you do it and how you say it. If someone is not interested, you pretty much should know if someone is a fit for you when you first meet them. Come on now, everyone is intuitive, especially what you like. You know, if something you like is within the person that you're meeting. So if you see what this person cannot benefit you in the long run, you have no right to still invest or make them think you're investing just for you to get out of it what you want while you're leaving them empty. So that's why a lot of these divine masculines are under judgment, and they're having karmic justice in their life because they just mishandled things. So as a result, they're stuck. Well, a lot of them were stuck because they forgot themselves. That's kind of like the prodigal son, you know, where he had all of this his money, and instead of him laying it up and sowing it, and you know what I'm saying, investing properly, he went out and he started tricking off with all the hoes in the neighborhood and shit like that. But when because he had forgot himself, he had forgot himself. But the word, the Bible says now, and I'm not a Christian, but some a lot of illustrations, a lot of stories in there are very befitting for any time in your life. You take the good. That's common sense. You can take good words from anywhere and use them and apply them for your life. But it's like he forgot himself. But some one day he was in the hog's pen, slopping up slop. He had just got down. He didn't even have his last $2. One for a beer and one for the juke joint. He didn't even have that. He had totally lost himself. He forgot himself. But one day the creator woke him up and he came to his senses. And his father, which is his creator, didn't judge him because of him forgetting himself. He still had something left for him. He didn't treat him like he had forgot himself. He treated him like he loved him in spite of him forgetting himself. Because the creator never forgot. So The divine masculine is dealing with karmic justice right at this time. That's why he forgot himself. So let me get some romance angel cards here before I pull some more, few more cards and wrap it up. I've been on here 55 minutes. Good luck, Mo. I hope everything works out for you. But you should really consider if this person, and it could be it could be your divine, because divine unions are challenging. That's why they're challenging, because they're divine. It has to be challenged. It say anything worth having, you're gonna have to fight for it. So are you ready for this fight? No, because if you think positive enough, things do manifest now. I'm telling you, and I'm not going to limit that. So if it's something you really desire, don't you limit it either. Go for the stars, go for the sky, honey, go for it. If that's your sweet thing and you love your boo, by all means you have every right to go after her, but you're going to have to go after her spiritually. That's the only way now, because other than that, you're going to always be hurt. Especially when you're the one that's on the giving end, and you full of emotions. And nobody want to be getting their feelings hurt by someone that they love. But it happens. So the universe is telling the divine masculine it is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all divine masculine. It's safe for you to love the divine masculine, even though you forgot yourself. You deserve love. You deserve love. You're not so gone that you don't deserve love. You are lovable, divine masculine. You're lovable. So this is what okay, now this is what the universe is telling the divine masculine, but also this is how the divine masculine feels about his divine feminine. You deserve love. Thank you to all of my subscribers. Thank you for everyone who stopped by Brown Eyes. I really do appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. You're welcome, Mo. Good luck, darling. Don't forget to, can you give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel? I really would appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, Starseed, what lights you up, Divine Masculine? What lights you up, Divine Masculine? I'm Rama. I'm Rama. I'm Rama is what you got. Where are you being called to journey to, Divine Masculine? Thank you. Thank you for the thumbs up, Mo. I appreciate you, darling. Thank you. Um, you're a star seed. A lot of divine masculines are already spiritual beings. You're a star seed. Most of you guys are star seeds anyway, by nature. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Have an awesome day today. Thank you. A lot of divine masculines are already spiritual beings. They're star seeds. They were put here to carry out a spiritual task here, but a lot of them don't know it. But they had to meet their divine feminine and go through the things that they went through in order to understand their purpose. Just like the divine feminine, it works two ways. Everybody's going to come out learning something here. So a lot of divine masculines are star seeds. That's why they're running, because they don't understand and it scares them. And we have the Rama. Where are you being called to journey to? So it's like a lot of these divine masculines have a spiritual path that has already been laid out for them. It's like a teacher of sorts, a healer of sorts, something that deals with spiritual ministry. It could be to talk to the youth. It could be to share your story with some younger people. It could be to just Whatever your calling is what you're called here to do. It's not just to be with your divine counterpart and to go through changes and to learn from that, but it's to go through those changes so that when you do come in contact with someone else, you'll have a story to tell and they will be able to identify with it because you have experienced it. How many times do people try to tell you what you should and shouldn't do when they've never went through those experiences themselves? But since a lot of divine masculines have been through a lot of things, their story is their testimony. So, divine masculines, you're already called. You are the star seed. You're chosen already. It's time for you to stand in your power, walk into your gifts, and shine. Shine like the bright morning star that you are, the bright morning sun that you are. Shine. So, I hope this video resonates with you guys. I hope it inspired you in some kind of way. And remember, don't get so caught up on what you see and hear, but stay in your secret place. That's just like I can hear the divine saying, like if you're dealing with some type of medical issue and the doctor gives you a report and it's not in your favor, I hear the universe and the creator telling you, I give you the power of life and death in your tongue. Choose life this day. And when those people give you negative reports, I hear the divine asking you, whose report will you believe? So you should choose positive things, things that will add a high vibration to your energy and keep you hopeful and keep you optimistic, even in spite of all of the turmoil going on around here. So I hope this video resonates with you. Thank you so kindly for tuning in to Brown Eyes. And remember, so as a man thinketh in his heart, then so is he. We are to think upon things that bring us a good report. We are to speak things that are not as though they were already. Thank you so kindly for tuning in to Brown Eyes. Remember, subscribe, like my video, leave me a comment, share my videos, and have an awesome, amazing journey. And I will talk to you on the next video.